Has Fuji lost their minds? On November 12th of 2025, this year, Fuji quietly released 10 of its film simulations as LUTs that can be used for video and ostensibly for photo. I'm a Fujifilm GFX user and I didn't even notice that the LUTs had been released. I only noticed that the LUTs had been released when I saw that B&H had the 32 to 90 f3.5 cinema lens with autofocus for the GFX system in stock and ready for sale at 6,000 bucks. But because the lens is 6,000 bucks, I have not pulled the trigger. The lens is just like the Eterna 55 camera itself in that like that's just too expensive for me for video. When I originally bought the GFX 100 Mark II, I kind of told myself, oh, I can replace my full frame video stuff and use this to shoot video. But the reality is that like it has a beautiful image, but every mode in this camera in video has some sort of compromise. The 8K has really bad rolling shutter, like ridiculously bad. And then the 4K is line skipped, like pixel bend, so you don't get a nice oversampled image. You do get a super wide or super tall image here, but you don't get the full sensor because the processor in this camera can't handle it. I think they fixed that with the Eterna, but I'm not sure, and I'm certainly not $15,000 sure. So, will I rent the Eterna? Yes. But am I going to run out and buy it? No. So that's also the logic I'm applying to the $6,000 cinema lens that looks like an absolute monster. Like Fuji Cinema Glass is awesome. Like lots of movies and TV shows that you definitely watch use Fuji Cinema Glass. Like for example, the latest Avatar used the APS-C versions of Fuji Cinema Zooms that the GFX is probably better than, right? So like I'm sure the image quality coming out of that lens is awesome, but just for my use case, 6,000 bucks is a lot. That's like double the price of most GFX lenses. Even with that great focal range, I'm not sure that I can justify that price. Probably. Maybe. But I want to. We'll see. Maybe that's what I'll buy myself for Christmas. I don't know. Anyways, I digress. So when I saw that the GFX Cinema lens was now available for sale at B&H, it reminded me like, hey, whatever happened with those film simulation LUTs? So I went on Fujifilm's downloads page, and sure enough, right there, November 12th, like 2 weeks ago, Fuji put up all the film simulation LUTs. So there's 10 LUTs, all the most popular film simulations you could want. Reala Ace, Provia, Astia, Acros, Black and White, Eterna. They're all there for download for free. So basically, you can take your Fujifilm camera and all of its awesome film simulations and jam those film simulations into, say, a Canon camera or a Nikon camera, like a ZR, right? And you can apply those LUTs to the raw footage, to the log footage of these cameras and get very, very close to the Fujifilm film simulation look and results. Surprisingly close, I would say. And then also, I don't have a Panasonic camera here to point to, but it makes me think about like the S1 II, the S1R II, and the S1 IIe, and I think the S9 and S5 IIs that allow you to even load LUTs into photo, so you can get the film simulations in photo as well. If people think it's worthwhile, I'm pretty sure I could convert the film LUTs, the cinema LUTs, into like Lightroom profiles, and then you can put it on any camera in post, although you can't load that into the cameras. But like since Panasonic has done it in camera, we know that Nikon and Canon could also do it in camera should they choose, right? Like Nikon, you can use LUTs as a view assist feature, like the 33 versions. And then in Canon, you can use it as view assist and you can burn those LUTs right into your footage. So you could actually spit out film simulation colored video footage out of this R6 Mark III, for example. Pretty nuts. So that's amazing. It's awesome that Fujifilm is giving it away. I don't quite understand the strategy. It almost feels like one less reason you would go with Fujifilm for video, at least. You can get the awesome film simulation colors now, in any camera basically. So, Fujifilm with like, lackluster video autofocus, like there's no camera that has like all the video features you could want, only because they haven't updated the XH2S. Like the GFX has all these compromises in the video side of things because of the big old sensor that doesn't have a very fast readout speed, but then the XH2S has a stacked sensor. Then it doesn't have all the video assist tools of the GFX. So, anyways, I'm digressing again. But, basically, there's not a lot to recommend you going with Fujifilm for video unless you're getting the Eterna 55 and want that big, tall image or wide image, the VistaVision image with image. So I don't totally understand this move by Fujifilm strategically, but like personally, pocketbook wise, I love that the LUTs are free. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Fujifilm. I will be using them. I will be playing with them. And in case you're wondering what they all look like, I did film just like a super short clip of myself applying all the different film simulations so you can kind of get a feel for the look. My first impressions of those are that I am so glad they have my favorite Fujifilm film simulation there, Pro Neg Standard, that with like a little saturation and warmth boost turns it into a Leica look, basically, the Leica M colors. And then I was surprised that like Velvia looks like it could be very useful, if you tone down the saturation a little bit. Provia and Reala Ace look very similar. With a little tweaking, those could look really nice too. So really cool thing, very cinematic colors, more like sort of like dramatic than like the Canon colors. And I'll put two like Canon basic profiles. You can kind of see like what the colors look like out of camera, in the Final Cut Pro basic LUT, and then the Gerald Dunn LUT, which is just like a color neutral LUT. And then you'll see all the funky film simulations that Fuji puts out. So here are those sample clips. So, what did you think? Are you totally jazzed like me that Fujifilm is giving away LUTs that give up 10 of their film simulations? Like, awesome. Don't understand it, but awesome. Love it. Are you also like me thinking, hey, this is just one more reason to stick with my current full frame video solution? I can drop Fujifilm simulation LUTs on the video footage as I need it. Did I miss anything here? Would you like to see me do anything with these LUTs? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.